Hey guys, Alex here from Homeschool of Bel Air. Today's video is going to be a look into the preschool activities I have for Evelyn for week number 8. If you're interested in seeing what I have going on for her, stay tuned. Okay, so week number 8, we're doing the letter T. I did want to mention that for week number 7, unfortunately, I was not able to film much. I did start to film, so I'm going to try to insert a clip of letter A and a few of the activities I had lined up for Evelyn. Very last minute, I had to go pick up the girls that I nanny, and I just was not able to complete my recording. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the clip of week number 7 now. As far as the letter A, we also have the sight word C. So this is her focus wall here. And some of the first activities that we have obviously are the building the word. We haven't done that yet. I'll have her do that in a little bit. I'm trying to squeeze out some of her book work because this is the stuff that she really needs me for. So I'm trying to squeeze this out right now while the boys are working pretty independently. This is her letter A clip card. So all we do with this one is she traces a letter A, and then we use little clothespins to clip whatever begins with the letter A. As far as her name, she has been working on this little guy here. For craft for today, she has a little apple that she's going to be filling in, making like a little mosaic apple with tissue paper. So that is what she has as far as craft. This little guy is just a little fine motor skill activity. She just has to add the little apples to the apple tree, and it's basically putting on buttons, which can be pretty difficult for little hands, and she had trouble doing this yesterday, but she's getting better at it. So that is one of her little fine motor skill activities for this week. She also has her capital and lowercase letter A. She has her little apples that she uses as a manipulative for that. This one, A, is for animals. So she has 2 different pages. I have 2 other ones that I might switch this out for later this week. So for now, she has the farm animals and the woodland creatures, and all the little pieces are there. Her math one is just numbers 1 through 10 recognition. Her cards are there, and her little manipulative apples are there. Her Play-Doh bin is just a matter of her adding little apple tree or apples to her apple tree and building the letter A. So that is what we have for tray work. Up here, I also have one of these little peg things for her. I found an apple with a worm, so this is another thing that she gets to do. As far as phonic tray, her little phonic tray just has the felt letter A's, a little apple, an ant, and an alligator. And that was really all I can find when I rummaged through the kids' toys. And then as far as the clip cards, we added the letter A. I keep the letter C and the letter M for review. The letter M is right there. Because we've already done those. And then as far as sight word, what I'm doing this week is because we've added a new sight word, so we're reviewing the and A. So what I've been having her do is just kind of match them up. So she gets to match up her flashcards to the apple, and then we also use the letter magnets to build the word. Also created for her a writing notebook, and it goes with her sight word. So what I do is I have her I stamp the dotted line ones. So I stamp these in, and then she has to trace them and write them, and then she gets to stamp her own and then trace them. So that was for A. This one here's for the, and then this is for C. This is for this week. So she gets to trace the word C, and then I have the letter stamps here, the S and the E, so she gets to build the word C. So that is something that we're working on as far as sight words. And this is just one of those manuscript notebooks that I made a little cover for. I'm sorry again. I was not able to finish recording, so whatever you guys saw, that was mainly just her activities that I had lined up for her for that Monday. So I hope you guys got a few ideas from that. I know it was a very short clip. I'm very sorry again. So again, this is week number 8. For week number 8, if you guys are not aware, I am following the preschool Palace curriculum. I am doing the Montessori style version of it. So week number 8, we're doing the letter T. So I'm going to go ahead and start from the focus wall. For the focus wall, it's the letter T, the number 3. We're still on the shape square. We're on the color red, and our sight word for this week is I. So as you guys can see, I'm leaving up all the sight words that we've been working on, and I went ahead and added our I. I also went ahead and added the sight word reader that I created for Evelyn. So as of now, if you guys can see, this is the way that it's working, because I'm just kind of adding the sight words. By now, Evelyn doesn't really know all these sight words yet, but we're still working on them. So I'm just kind of building up on those sight words. So that is how we're doing sight words. And there's her little read, see, do page for the letter T. This is seriously working amazingly, because there's times where I'll show you guys the book that I'm talking about. Because there's times where she doesn't remember when we do reviews, she doesn't remember the letter for, say, like what sound it makes, but I'll show her the motion and she'll right away remember. So it's actually working amazing. So that is the little page for this week for the letter T. There's her little T writing page, and then on the back side, it's a tie. On her desk, I always lay out her fun page. This is her fun page for this week, and I always leave out her little dry erase crayons so she can color that page in. And this is something that we do pretty much every morning. This is some of her independent work. She does this page, the back side, and then this page, and that usually gives me some time to kind of just start off the boys. Okay, so that's her like morning early work. Now let me go ahead and show you guys her tray work for this week. So there's her letter building activities. So her letter T, capital T, lowercase t. Over here we have her beginning sound clip card. So all she has to do with this one is trace the letter T and then clip anything that belongs with the letter T. And this is something that I created. I do have it on my Teacher Pay Teachers account, and I will link it in the description box. As far as name, we're still working on this one. She seems to enjoy this one, and she uses her little label here. So it's not like she knows how to put them in order. She just uses her little label and she just kind of matches the letters. For craft for today, all I have is this. This is from the Dollar Tree, and it's just a little piece of paper that has little turtle and a little dog playing with the ball. And it comes with the little there's like little wind up, I don't know what it's called, but you thread it with a little thread. You pretty much wind it around, and it has like a little rigid edge, and then you use these little guys to kind of just tape it on top of where the turtle goes, and it's almost like a 3D art. I don't know what these are called, but they sell them at the Dollar Tree. This is where I got them. I got them last spring. So that is what she has as far as her craft for today. Next on her purple tray, she has T matching or find the T's page. So this one here, she just has to find the lowercase and the uppercase, and we're using triangles as a manipulative this week because obviously triangle begins with the letter T. So that is what I'm using, and those are just 10-gram triangles. The next one is a turtle, a 10-gram turtle that she gets to build. And all the little pieces are in here, and all she has to do is really match them up. And I put a few extras just so if she wants to change the colors up, she can. And she just has to build her little turtle. And that turtle, these I believe they're from filefolderfun.com. And they do come with the cutouts. So if you don't have these types of 10 grams, they do come with the cutout ones that you can laminate and use. The next one is going to be her little bit of a review tray. This one I added the letter C and the letter T, and she just has to find the beginning sound. So obviously corn would go on this side, just to see how she's doing with just reviewing her letter sounds that she's already been learning. The next one is just a simple matching the block letters. She's building the word tiger. So these, I forgot where I got them. I don't have the package anymore. I just have them inside a Ziploc bag. But this one here, it comes with the little blocks, and you're supposed to be able to thread them. But I don't do that for her. I just have her match them up here. So she gets to build the word tiger. I added a little tiger here as well. So she has her letter T that she adds here. She also has the train. And I love this because it's a train, obviously, and then she gets to build the word tiger. And it actually comes with a bunch of different words that you can build. So it's just a matter of matching the letters and, again, building the word tiger. So it's going to be super simple for her to do. So that is one of the other little hands-on activities I have set up for her. Her Play-Doh tray this week is just super simple. We're just doing the red again. This is the last week of red. I also added the letter T that she can build, and then a little tiger and a turtle. So all she really does with that is put Play-Doh on top, and she could either add the whiskers with Play-Doh, whatever she wants to do really. Okay, so as far as her math tray, again, these are from this Reading Mama, her Reading the Alphabet curriculum. And it's just simple number recognition. So the number cards are in here. And then again, we're using the little triangles as a manipulative. And all she does is cover up the number that I pull out on the card. So it's as simple as that. So that is what I have for her. See here in Do Book, I actually cut it up and I added it to a folder with some protective sheets, just because it's easier for me to pull out the pages and clip them onto her board. So like I said, as of right now, we've done the letter C, we've done the letter M, we've done the letter A, which is actually behind the T, and then we're doing the T this week. So one of the things that I really like about this book is that it pretty much follows the same sequence of letters that how I'm introducing them to Evelyn. So pretty early on, we can start building the sounds and start reading. So I'm going to show you guys, so instead of using the book, I'm going to show you guys what I'm using. Okay, so I have them on this side. So these are some phonic reading flashcards that I created for Evelyn. I do have these in my Teacher Pay Teachers. It actually comes with all the the short vowel sounds. So it's a pretty big PDF file, but you guys can download and print them out. And they're really easy to follow. You're just pretty much following the phonic beginning sounds. So like monkey, apple, turtle, and you can start kind of putting the words together. I was actually doing this exercise with Evelyn, and she was able to figure out that this said mats and that said cats. And I basically just pulled out the two that we're going to be working on this week with the letters, sounds that we've already learned. I also pulled out the beanbags. So the way that I'm going to try to do it is I'm going to have her match the sounds, and I'm going to drop the beanbag. And she does do the action that comes with that sound. So for letter T, it's t, t, t. For A, it's A. And then for it's And then for cat, or for C, it's k, k, k. So she knows the motion that she has to do for each letter. So it's just a matter of putting them together. So like k, k, A, t, t, t. So eventually we can start working faster and faster and start to build the words and start reading them. So this just makes it a little bit more hands-on when it comes to just, instead of just giving her the flashcard to read, I'm going to be dropping the beanbag so she can make the sound as I drop it. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing with this and with the first beginning reading type of stages. So on her little yellow Kellogg's unit, I did add the beginning sound letter T. I did bring out a few extras just to kind of throw her off a bit. So in here she has a top, a tire, and a tiger. So she would just have to figure out which three are going to go into the little houses. So that's what I have there. Her Magnum Mix has the letter T. She has her little T poster there. As far as readers this week, we have Dragons Love Tacos, 10 Apples Up on Top. I actually had this book last week, but we didn't get to it. So I went ahead and just recycled it, and we're going to do it again this week. I also pulled out a number 10 for her, just so she knows that the number 10 also starts with the letter T sound. I pulled out her little flashcards, her little lacing cards, which I wasn't able to hole punch them yet. And then her little writing card that I created also. So down here in her little phonics tray, I do have the capital T and the lowercase t. We have a triangle, we have a turtle, a number 2, a tiger, a top, a little thing of tape dispenser, some teeth. We have a turkey, a tree, a T-Rex, and a taxi cab. So that is her little phonics tray for the week. I actually have not been able to pull out the letter T for her clip card yet. I'm going to do that in a little bit. As far as science, we're actually still working on the human body. Right now, we're actually moved on to developmental stages of a fetus or a baby. So we're going to be talking about that this week. And this book, let me try to pull it out for you guys. This is the human body book from Scholastic. And it pretty much goes through the whole beginning stages of from the egg and the sperm to the baby, and then we're going to move on. So this is what we're talking about right now during science, or what we're going to be talking about this Friday, I should say. Okay, and as far as social studies, for social studies this week, all we're working on is community leaders, home leaders, and school leaders. And that is part of her little preschool social studies curriculum that I got for her on Teacher Bay Teachers. And all it is just picture sorting and doing a few little coloring activities on her little workbook, and that's as far as we go with that, and we only do this on Fridays. So that is basically it, guys. The other thing is I also pulled out her sight word card for the letter I, or for the sight word I. And again, I just keep building up. I don't put any of them away. We just review them every single day. So just in case she doesn't completely get the word on the first week, we just continue to review them. This is how I did it for Adrian, and he eventually, as we kept reviewing them, he eventually just got them. And then he was just learning them. So go ahead and keep doing that with Evelyn in hopes that she just kind of gets it and picks it up as well as Adrian did. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the rest of her crafts and activities that I have lined up for her for the rest of the week. So here's her little pre-K bin. And this is where I store the rest of her activities for the rest of the week. What I did differently today is that I put everything in Ziploc bags. I do notice that for Evelyn, I really need to cut everything out ahead of time. Because we do tend to waste a lot of time if I allow her to cut things out herself. So what I did for all her crafts is I just stuck them in these gigantic Ziploc bags. And I added everything that we're gonna need is pretty much in here, or at least for the paperwork. Obviously the glue I'm gonna set out for her tomorrow. But this is a little tiger craft that she just gets to put together. The next one is a little teddy bear craft. This is something that I kind of just created for Adrian last year, or not last year, the year that I did preschool with Adrian. We got to do a little teddy bear, and it's super simple. This craft is basically all you want to do is get a clip art of a teddy bear, take it onto PowerPoint or whatever software you use. You can enlarge it as big as you want, and all I did was I printed it out on construction paper, and I printed out 2 of them. With the second one is I printed the second one on the little vanilla color construction paper, and I just used it as a template to cut out the little snout, the little ears, and the little paws. So what I'm going to have Evelyn do is just kind of glue all those pieces out of this color paper. So it just kind of gives it a different, just a cuter effect, just kind of like that. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm doing it under the bag. So she just gets to glue the little paws and the little snout and the little ears out of this color paper. Now, if you decide to do this craft, you don't have to do all that. That's how I did it for Adrian when he did pre-K with me, and the teddy bear just looks so much cuter. And then what I did was I just kind of hole punched it all the way around. And when I cut out the teddy bear, I cut it out on 2 pieces of brown construction paper, if you guys see that. And the back one is just blank. There's nothing on it. And I hole punched it, and there's a piece of yarn in here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew it together. And then I have some of that batting, or like stuffing, pillow stuffing, and we're gonna go ahead and stuff them, and it's just gonna be a little paper teddy bear. And Adrian still has his from 2 years ago, and it's somewhere downstairs, but he still has his, and he loves it. And considering it's paper, it holds up pretty well, as long as the kids don't really play with them much. But they turn out really cute. So I'll see if I can, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see this later this week. So her other craft, and I haven't had a chance to cut this one out. I'll cut this one out probably later today or tomorrow. This is just going to be a paper plate turtle. So there's a paper plate here that she'll get to paint. And then here are the little legs and the little head and the tail. So she just has to glue that onto the paper plate. So that is her other craft. As far as other activities, I'm gonna either add the letter M or switch it out. I haven't decided yet, but that's another one for review. She has a letter T tangram from Confessions of a Homeschooler, so I'll probably switch one of her other activities with this one, probably the turtle one. We also are going to talk about transportation, so I'm going to switch this out with a different activity later this week. For a Play-Doh mat, I do have this one where she has to add teeth. I don't have white Play-Doh, so I wasn't able to set this one out for her. I'll see if I can go to the store and get some white Play-Doh. Then her sound cover, letter T. So I'll switch one of her other activities with this one later this week. And then I might switch out her math one with this one. This is the apple tree counting pages. This is part of my preschool mat, what is it? My little set that I have on Teacher Pay Teachers. I'll link that in the description box. It comes with a few different learning mats. I'll probably switch one of her activities with this one, her math one. And then we also have a little train animal thing. This one here is from taughtschooling.net. We did regular animals last week, but this one I liked it because it's on a train. So that's a different one. She also has her little letter T scraping plate. This one I'll probably just give her a crayon and have her scrape it on a piece of paper later this week. This is just extra stuff. And then as far as the worksheets, I don't think I'm going to give her any of this stuff. This is all just extra stuff that I had from just previous years. So I don't think I'm going to use any of this. But yeah, so that is what I have going on as far as extra activities and crafts for this week. And, whoops, I'm putting the trash in there. So that is it, guys. If you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free and leave them in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and we will talk to you next time.